Howdy, folks. Yes, this is indeed what it looks like. Previous part to Project 900, top end teardown, sorta, kinda, that kind of ended abruptly because of the camera malfunctions. I've decided to put into part 2 because why not? I had to change my clothes, put my hat on, put a different pair of gloves on, and all of that stuff. So what we've got going on here is some reasons why I'm glad I actually took this thing apart. There's a pretty fair amount of rust in these things, so I'm glad that I pulled the cylinders off. Aside from just the exterior needing a paint job, the cylinders need some work, and you can also see that these pistons are pretty poor as well. I mentioned the importance of little baggies. When you're pulling these little clips out, you gotta make sure that they don't go boing and fly away, because they will. There we go. Inside the baggie. Last one here. There boy go. I've cleaned up the pistons a little bit. Unfortunately, the rings are stuck on a couple of them, so these center ones were the ones that were rusted, and it's not surprising that the rings are kind of stuck in there too. We're going to clean up these cylinders. I did clean them up a little bit, but not nothing fancy. Went ahead and removed all the lifters and individually bagged them, because you don't necessarily want to have to go in and measure everything, so you might as well just mark a baggie for each one and put that lifter and that shim in there. An oil filter for it for when it goes back together. And the engine's pretty much in the condition it's going to be for me to start prepping it for painting. And everything else is boxed up right now. So I guess this is going to bring us to a close on episode 4 of Project 900, the CB900C Cafe project. Thank you guys for poking along and following along to this little video series. Throw me a question or throw me a message and leave a comment or something, or tell me how much you like the beard. Maybe. Love to talk. As it sits right now, I'm basically done with what I can do for engine teardown so that I can start prepping for painting or powder coating the motor. it's in such disrepair. I'm also looking at things to clean up the insides of the cylinders, and while I'm at it, of course, because the hot rod in me wants to see just how much bore I can put on it, how big I can go, and what I'll need to do all of that. Since it is a dream project and my imagination goes wild sometimes, which I definitely encourage all of you guys to do, let your imagination run wild. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. I like making a goon of myself on the internet for millions and millions of people. Thanks for tagging along. Have a great one. Talk to you next time.